Good morning. You join me today in the town of Ilkley in West Yorkshire. It's quite a pretty town actually. I think it's a spa town. So I arrived here last night, stayed overnight in the Riverside Hotel, and the reason I'm here today is I'm about to embark on the Dales Way. For those of you that don't know, the Dales Way is a roughly 80-mile walk that runs from here in Ilkley up through Wharfdale, Dentdale, across into Cumbria, and ends up in Bowness-on-Windermere. Not sure how long it's going to take, 5-6 days maybe. Luckily at the moment it's a gorgeous sunny day, but the forecast for the rest of the week is not great. Heavy, strong winds and periods of heavy rain and showers, etc. So we'll just have to suck it and see how we get on. Anyway, it's a lovely little setting here. I'll spin the camera around. Up there is a gorgeous little bridge. We don't actually go over that bridge today. At the moment we're going to stay on the southern side of the river wharf. But here's the official start point. So you've got the Dales Way sign. That sign's a little bit ambitious actually. I think it's a 79.5 miles, not 82, but anyway. And here's a for those who walk the Dales Way. So I think really you can't justify sitting on it because you've only just started. So that's for people who've walked from the other direction. But I believe there's one similar to this at the other end. But anyway, let's crack on. In no time at all, the path has brought you straight out onto open grassland on the edge of the town of Ilkley. And so far, absolutely brilliant signposting. These are what we're looking out for. Dales Way signs, but every little twist and turn so far has been well signposted. So long may that continue. But been looking forward to this walk for a while now. Apologies, you've got the sun behind me, but I'll swap over hands. But so I'm a little bit annoyed because I chose to do this. I booked leave ages ago. Chose to do this walk at the beginning of June, thinking it's when you're most likely to get a bit of nice summer weather. And I've been looking at all the gorgeous weather that people have had over the last 6 to 8 weeks, thinking, oh God, just please hold out, please hold out. And unfortunately, the forecast is to believe that ain't going to happen. As I say, it's nice and dry and sunny today, but this is the only day that's forecast to be relatively dry. The rest of it is going to be wet, showers. I'm not saying there won't be any sunshine, but not much. And it's going to be windy the whole time. There's a bit of a breeze today, but it's due to get up to be gusts of up to 50 mile an hour. That ain't going to be much fun. But we'll just have to see how we go. Dales Way is I haven't done a hike for a long time, and this is in terms of long distance hikes, a relatively easy one. In so much as I think there's only about 7,500 feet of elevation to be climbed, and most of that will be getting over the Pennines. So certainly this first day I think is pretty much flat, just following Wharfdale up either alongside the river or certainly in the river valley. I think we go up on the side of the valley at some point, but nothing too horrendous. So my aim today is to get to Grassington, which is about 16 miles, so it's quite a lot for a first day, but which it's, as I say, with it being flat, it should be doable. So fingers crossed, and see how, say, because we've got nice weather, it's good to get a few miles under the belt and enjoy today. Got a little bit of road walking to do, albeit it's a very quiet road. Still on the side of the river. Yeah, I've been on this road now for, I don't know, a quarter of a mile. Much prefer walking on grass, but never mind. At least it's dry. Can't really see through the trees here, but there's a fantastic house just the other side of this hedge. The old rectory, set in acres of ground. Obviously need a fair bit of money just to maintain it, never mind buy it in the first place, but yeah, absolutely stunning. Just through some of the ground, isn't it? The robot cutting the grass. Adding. Church. Is the first dry stone wall I've seen that this area is famous for. The workmanship that goes into building one of these and maintaining it, they're pretty spectacular, whichever way you look at it. Yeah, well now I'm right alongside the river. Let's get through this gate. Yeah, this is absolutely stunning. I'm just so glad I've got at least one day of nice weather to enjoy. And the river is, yeah, nice and not a raging torrent, but not empty either. So yeah, very pleasant to look at. Oh, what school of ducklings over there? I don't know if I can zoom in. If you can see it with this camera. Yeah, I've done a few families of ducklings there. This is Fairfield Quaker Meeting House. Quite an old building, 1689. Yeah, I'm assuming that if it's the Quaker Meeting House, it's where the it's the boardroom of the local porridge factory. Just climbed up a little bit into some woods at the moment, not far from Bolton Bridge and Bolton Abbey. Because we're in the woods, we're sheltered from the breeze, and it's meant all the flies have started attacking me. Because as any of you who've watched any of my other videos know, I do tend to sweat quite a lot. I have something called hyperhidrosis. So yes, the flies love me. So I can't wait to get out of these woods, if I'm honest with you. But yeah, I don't think we're too far from Bolton Bridge. No wonder this path's a bit rough. I just checked the map and realised I've actually come the wrong way. Shouldn't have climbed up into these woods at all, I should have stuck on the road. But I'm just coming up to a bit now where I can drop back down rather than having to turn around and go retrace my steps. Yeah, that's slightly annoying, never mind. These things happen. That's the first sort of signpost or bit that hasn't been properly signposted. So far it's been actually brilliant for way marking. Back on track now, that's Bolton Bridge. And yeah, so back onto the Dales Way proper now, and there's a rather grand cricket pitch club, pavilion and everything. Yeah, very nice. Anyway, it's only about 3/4 of a mile now to Bolton Abbey, Bolton Priory, and I think there's somewhere I can get a cup of coffee or something there. So that's what I'm looking forward to now. So this is Bolton Abbey, or Bolton Priory. Don't know much about it other than the derelict bit. I think was never ever finished because of the dissolution of the monasteries, etc. It was just sort of abandoned, but the bit on the left was completed and that's remained, and then obviously you've got other bits that have probably been pulled down, torn down, or not started or whatever, I don't know. I really ought to read up about it, but I can't be bothered. Yeah, I was hoping there was somewhere for a coffee here, but it looks like there's an ice cream vending caravan, but it doesn't look like anybody's with it. I don't know, I'll have to have a little scan around, see if I can find anything, because I could do with a coffee, if I'm honest with you. And you've got to toss it and either go across the bridge or you can go across the stepping stones. This was actually quite difficult, trying to balance with a heavy pack on your back, a camera in one arm and poles in the other. Yeah, so hence why I took my time. I'm a bit thirsty. A cup of coffee and a bit of flat jam. Suitably refreshed after a couple of cups of coffee and a flapjack at Bolton, what was it called? Cavendish something or other bridge cafe thing, whatever. It's all on the Bolton Abbey estate. In fact, there's been some lovely walking around here. I haven't actually done a lot of filming because there's been an awful lot of kids here, and I'm just very wary of being a late middle-aged man on my own filming, so I don't want to film around any kids, etc., just in case people think I'm some sort of weirdo. But yeah, some lovely, I'll try and spin the camera around, lovely walks around here. So if you do nothing else, I would suggest that drive to Bolton Estate and have a wander around some of their walks, because all very well signposted, maintained, etc. Right, looks like I've got a choice now. High road or the low road? I'm going to stick with the low road, I think. But yeah, 8 miles in, so I'm roughly halfway for the day. Not feeling too bad at the moment. Feet are fine. A slight ache in my hip, but nothing untoward. So yeah, hopefully this afternoon will be just as good as this morning. Just coming up to what's called the Strid, which is where a series of rocks. Let's spin the camera around. So it's the river sort of made a path through all the rocks, but apparently it's incredibly deep in places, so quite dangerous, but we'll go and have a wander there and see what we can see without falling in, obviously. Yeah, I can imagine it's probably treacherous if the river's in flood, but it's relatively low at the moment. But yeah. going across the bridge with its castellated pinnacles. It's very grand, this. I don't know much of its history, but if I do find anything out, I'll put it up on the screen. It's quite historic around here. I don't know if this camera will pick it out, but over there's some ruins up on the hillside as well. And then there's the river wharf down there. But yeah, I have to say, so far, this has been a brilliant walk. Through the Bolton estate, there's a plethora of paths. The only thing is, I mean, there are all the paths for the estate are well sort of signposted, but actually there isn't any Dales Way signposting, or none that I've seen. So if you want to stick to the plotted path, you probably need a map, but you could probably follow any of their paths and still find the right way, so it doesn't really matter. But anyway, it's clouded over a little bit now, but still a few sunny spells now and again. But yeah, we're just coming up to 10 miles in. So yeah, still got plenty of mojo. So we just keep cracking on. Right, I'm 11.5 miles in. I'm somewhere near to Howgill, just short of Howgill. Starting to get a bit weary now, so I know I need to stop and have a rest just for 20 minutes, half hour, get something to eat, and then I'll be firing all cylinders again. So yeah, just looking for somewhere suitable now to have a little sit down, but the path at this point is actually quite narrow, so yeah, that's a bit jaggedy, that wall. So yeah, on a little bit further and hopefully find a bank or something to sit down on. Somebody's put a bench, so pretty rude not to use it. Right, I've had a 20-minute break, had a banana and a sandwich, and I aired my feet, and now ready to get going again. Apple Tree Wicks 1 mile, Burnsall's 2 mile. Now there is a pub at Burnsall, whether it's open, because it's what now, just coming up to 2 o'clock, so whether it'll be open when the time I get there, I don't know, but if it is, it'd be rude not to stop and have a quick beer. But anyway, we'll see. That's Apple Tree Wick campsite in there. Looks to be a fairly nice position. But anyway, right alongside the river. That's where are we? Just about 13 miles to get there. So yeah, anybody else is looking to camp, that might be a good stop off. 13 miles in. There's the pub garden at Burnsall, so it'd be rude not to stop and have a quick pint, wouldn't it? suitably rehydrated. Now for the final little push into Grassington. I think it's about another 2.5 miles, certainly to the campsite anyway. Yeah, so it's only 3:15 now, so yeah, hopefully get there in plenty of time to set up and then go and explore the village. Right, this is the bridge at Hebden rather than Hebden Bridge, which is a separate town altogether in West Yorkshire. Yeah, suspension bridge. So I'll go across that. Just about squeeze through here. Not a bad view from the campsite. And I remember, just do a quick review of the day so far. Wow, that's all I can say is wow. Absolutely 10 out of 10, top notch, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Yeah, I've been, obviously the weather today's been great. It's been sunny, bit of a gentle breeze, not too hot, ideal walking conditions. But the scenery has been stunning. The paths pretty much is excellently maintained and well signposted, and yeah, there's been one or two ups and downs, but nothing major. And so it's been relatively easy walking. I had one or two bits where it was quite busy with what I call day trippers, but nothing untoward. But yeah, scenery wise, absolutely stunning. I just hope that the rest of the walk can be anything like this. I mean, it's going to be tainted a little bit by the weather, I think, but hopefully we'll still get to see some wonderful views. But yeah, for a first day, brilliant. And thankfully, yeah, I feel fine. Feet are a little bit tired now, but no sign of any hot spots or blisters or anything daft like that, so that's all good. No particular great muscle pains or anything, so yeah, for a first day, 16 and a half, near enough 17 miles, not bad at all.